Are you a performer in the entertainment business and feel like you can't fully be proud or walk around with true success until you get your debut on Broadway or book the reoccurring role on that favorite TV show? Well, that's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about redefining what we consider success in this career. It's such a hard career as it is and such a tough hustle that we have to go through. I think it's time we take a little bit of that pressure off and redefine what success means to us as individuals in this career. If you're making money doing what you love, who's to say what stage is what defines it as successful? My name is Gelsey, Laurie, and for 17 years, I've been professionally performing from the streets of Disneyland to Cruise Ships International to flying high in Cirque du Soleil in Las Vegas. And I've definitely struggled with my own personal definition of success. And when I can feel like I can be proud of what I've achieved and not beat myself up or not feel like there's still such a bigger mountain to climb. And when I get to that top, then I'll have made it. With some major injuries I've sustained, I've been forced to sit down and look back on my 17-year professional career and ask myself, when will it be enough for me? When will I feel like I've had success? And I can say, I did it. I made it. I've done everything I said I wanted to do, so why can't I look back and say, I've been successful? Well, I can proudly say now I do say that, but I still do wrestle with this topic a lot, and I think most of us in the entertainment world do. I want to dig deeper into this and maybe talk about different perspective shifts we can have that we can enjoy every step of the way and be proud of the whole journey to the top, whatever that looks like for you. I think most humans, regardless of what industry you're in, fall into the kind of societal trap of the outside in perspective. And that would be, what do most people find important versus the inside out? What do I care about? You know, this goes into like when I lived in New York City, everyone there had this Broadway or bust kind of mentality. And so I started to fall into that. Well, if I don't make it on Broadway, then I failed. If I don't want to do specifically this anymore, and if I leave New York City, then I just gave up and I failed. And that's just not true. But that was everyone else's ideas and values being projected onto me. And so I started believing them myself. Now, don't get me wrong, Broadway was my dream. I didn't technically make it, but I did do a national tour, and I was able to find fulfillment in that and realize that I don't want to live in New York City, so maybe Broadway's not for me, and that's okay. You know, while I was there was like a huge stigma against looking down upon like, oh, you work at theme parks, or when I left to go take a cruise ship contract, a lot of people were like, I would never leave the city because I have to be here because Broadway, and that's below me. And the irony is when I was off internationally on cruise ships, dancing every night, doing what I love, and getting paid for it, those same people were waiting tables or struggling to get a job and not dancing at all. So, you know, where's the true success there? I don't know. I am in no way saying that goals are not important. Goals are important because they provide motivation, a sense of direction, and a sense of purpose. They ultimately, you know, have you wake up every day putting all of your energy on one outcome leads to a feeling of accomplishment, which, yay, that's awesome. I mean, some could say that's even the whole point of life. That's not my point. My point is maybe we put too much weight on specific goals that we feel like we fail if we don't reach them. All I'm saying is maybe we can look at it and kind of just broaden that. A great example is one of my goals and dreams was to be in Cirque du Soleil. Now, yes, I did make it, and you can go, Gelsey, this is easy for you to say. You got your dream. But there was a point on my journey there I had to ask myself, what if I don't ever book a Cirque du Soleil show? Will I be okay? Will I accept that I still had a successful career? If I am working as an aerialist, there are so many other companies and jobs you can have aside from Cirque as a circus performer. And I had done one in Germany. I had done it on ships. Like, I've been working, and I had to ask myself, that means you did it. You got to perform as a circus performer and get paid. That has to be enough. Now, I can still keep striving for that goal to work with Cirque, but I had to make sure that I didn't completely attach my full feeling of self-worth and again, that feeling of success in this one company, because there was a huge possibility that might not ever line up for me. And once I kind of accepted that and realized there's more to this, it let that little bit of like stress on it go. And I was able to more enjoy the journey and the process that then eventually did lead to it. And of course, I was ecstatic and felt very accomplished when I got there. But again, my second point, I did get that goal. I did achieve that success I titled. And a year and a half into doing it, it wasn't actually what I thought it was going to be. I got kind of bored. I got kind of complacent. I missed that gusto to fight for the next big thing, whatever that next thing is. And it made me realize that maybe actually achieving the thing isn't what brings you happiness. For me, it's kind of the working towards it. We all know that the entertainment business is very, very fickle, and we can't put so much weight on the specific role or certain show. Again, I think manifesting and zeroing in are such powerful tools, but we do need to redefine what we consider success. We all know also that things happen. Shows get canceled. Injuries take us out. Life gets in the way. Take it from me. When I finally did find my new goal and dream as a stunt woman, I left Cirque, moved to LA, started working towards this goal that I thought would make me successful. And I had back-to-back head injuries that completely took me out, not only working for a year, a little plus time, but also ended that stunt career for me. My doctor said it was an absolute no-go. It's not worth the risk. And it completely took the rug out from under my feet. I mean, to be honest, it's been a little over 3 years and I'm still kind of refinding my footing from that stumble and figuring out where that next path is. That's what you have to be able to do, is kind of pivot when life throws you those curveballs, because it's going to happen. Now, do I feel any less successful because I had an injury happen to me? No. Do I feel like I'm going to have less success in life because I can't be a stunt woman? No. Now, at one point, I totally felt that way. I was very lost after that injury, was very depressed, and I thought it was all over. But it's not true. Luckily through that injury, and I definitely will talk about this injury in another video because my head injury is a whole other experience, but it did really force me to sit down and have all these difficult conversations with myself and really reflect on what is it that I actually want in life. This is where I find the beginning of redefining what success looks like in my story. What I've come to find in the meaning of success for me is financial stability, creative freedom, and lifestyle design. These are 3 major factors in what I've considered success. So obviously the first is obvious. Financial stability. That's what we all hope to gain. But my question is, why does it matter where you get it? If you're doing what you love and you're able to support yourself, that is successful in its own. And also, if there's nothing wrong, if what you want to do and what you love maybe can't fully support you, if you find those other couple hustles and you're happy doing it, why is that unsuccessful? Second, creative freedom. Now, obviously, as actors, dancers, singers, whatever realm of this crazy world you're in, we all know when we book shows, you're handed a script, you're given choreography, a sheet of music, and a director is going to tell you what they want. There's going to be definitely the roles you have to mold into, and you don't get to just creatively do whatever you want. But I would hope that at some point in your journey, you get to be doing the type of work you like. Now, if you're a musical theater singer, you might not get specific shows that you would love to do, but you get to stylistically still sing Broadway styles. For me, there's certain types of dance I don't enjoy doing, so I don't really go out for those jobs. And there's other types I prefer to do. And so it's just like finding your niche where you're creatively fulfilled and also being able to create outside of that. I mean, that's kind of where I naturally fell into YouTube and Instagram, is I felt like I had full creative freedom, and that fulfilled me in that sense. Last is lifestyle design. Now, this is going to look different at different phases in your career in the entertainment world. I know it did for me. Like in my 20s, I was definitely in that mentality of kind of sacrifice everything and give it my all. And that's genuinely what I wanted. And I'm glad I did it. It got me to where I wanted to be. Now in my 30s, I'm kind of re-looking at stuff. I'm tired of not having weekends to hang out with friends. I'm sick of missing holidays and not being there for big life events like birthdays, the births of my nieces and nephews, weddings. Those are now becoming a little more important to me, just, as I get older. And so now I'm trying to shift my lifestyle to be able to have both. I want to perform and I want to create. I want to be financially stable, but I also want to have a little more flexibility with my personal life and schedule. I want to prioritize my relationships. I eventually do want to get married and have kids, and that changes things. It just naturally does. And that's okay. But being able to design what kind of lifestyle you want and kind of where that weighs in is super important. You might never want to be the person that 100% sacrifices your personal life, and that's okay. There's still plenty of jobs that you can have in the entertainment world, and you can kind of balance out both. A lot of my friends work in theme parks still. I did the last couple years, and it provided amazing balance for personal life and work and play. Just because, again, it's not Hollywood, tour behind a pop star, Broadway, does not mean you're not successfully working as a performer and getting paid to do so. And best of all, you get to have the life you want. I now know my next career move does not need to get me to a certain status or prove anything to anyone. My next career move is now going to be for me to get the things that I want, to be financially stable while doing the things I love, in whatever way that looks like. Now, again, I am not dismissing dreams or goals. That's not the point here. I personally wrote on the back of my dreams to get to the achievements I got. The point is to help you realize that on your journey to that specific goal, you already have success. And that alone should leave you so fulfilled and so proud of yourself. Definitely keep striving high and go for the big things. Shoot for the stars. But cut yourself a little slack, any little slide down or pause you need to take for yourself, mental health wise or injury, whatever it may be, that is not meaning you gave up or failure at all. Maybe your successful career is only for a specific time in your life, and that's okay. I know so many performers, mainly women, who have an amazing career in their 20s and then completely shift over to be a full-time mom. My sister did it, and that does not mean that she gave up or failed. It just means that she got to lead 2 separate lives, and she's a better mother for it. And on the flip side, your successful career might come later in life. There's plenty of actors who didn't even start acting until they were in their 50s. So who's to say for how long or when in your life that success is supposed to come? There is no limit on age or time that defines success. Just remember that. If you have a different definition of success as a performer, please leave it down below in the comments. I would love to read what you have to say and just see different opinions out there. Also, if you disagree with anything I'm saying, let me know and tell me your side. I think this is such a personal thing for each and every single performer. But at the end of the day, all I'm just trying to remember is that we're all worthy and we all have success every day in our lives in different ways. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. And I hope to see you for my next video. Bye.